Paul also said that the Wolves, Mavs, and Raptors are interested in drafting Bronny depending on how the draft shakes out.
You said who?
The Wolves, Mavs, and Raptors.
Wolves, Mavs, Raptors. Wolves, yes. Because he can do what Conley does in the sense of play D, get the ball to Ant-Man, hit an open shot, right? You don't have to be traditional point, right? And very athletic guard, so that can work, you know. Let him get molded. Toronto, that's not happening.
Masai Ujiri not rocking with him?
That's not. He's not going out. He's not going out of this.
Well, I mean, in light of Juneteenth, may not be safe for him.
And what else? And what was the last one?
The Mavs.
No.
You don't think he need to work out with more teams?
No, I'm just saying the Mavs, you got Kyrie over there, you got Hardy over there, you got so many young guys that...
He not going to play the first 2 years.
I know.
It's cool. He filter in, go against Josh Green for that spot. Josh Green is really there in front of Hardy.
Wait, what you mean he's not going to play the first? Wait, you don't think he's going to touch the NBA court at all?
Who, Bronny?
Yeah, his first year?
Nah.
Depends on the team.
Nah. I think that's what they're expecting. That's why they don't want to do a two-way contract, because they're going to send him down there anyway.
No, listen, listen, Bronny James Jr. will be touching the NBA floor this year.
I would never, I mean, as an organization...
10 toes, like...
Is he better than Imani Bates?
No. Different talent.
So why would Imani Bates not see the floor at all?
Because, no. Because they stupid.
Yeah,
that's different.
Every team in the NBA would have took the same approach with that situation just because of the history and all that dumb shit. It's dumb. Yeah. We agree it's dumb.
Yeah, Imani Bates got game.
But Bronny is not close to Imani as far as that type of game and never seen it.
But that's what I'm saying. But you can't use that because, you know, just Cleveland Cavaliers is just...
They're two different players.
What I'm saying is they're ignorant of what talent is. Right, you're talking about a Gatorade Player of the Year. He showed you in training camp, he showed you in preseason what he's capable of. He's a high-level type of scorer
100%.
That you can't teach.
We brought in two guys that are already under contract, Ning and Max Strus. Both came in, and then Okoro was supposed to have that spot that they drafted Bates into. They was trying to work Okoro in already. So the spot that he was trying to get, they brung in two more motherfuckers in his same position and pushed him all the way down.
My same position, what, 6'9"?
2'3".
6'9", 2'3", versus this fucking 6'3", non-athletic.
Okoro's 6'5". Both, I think, Strus and Naeem, whatever his name is, I think they like 6'6".
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm keeping. What I'm saying is.
Ning, ning, ling, ling.
What I'm saying is, I'm keeping people. I'm keeping talents on my team that's not actually part of the future, right? These guys. So I would have never sent him to the G League to do what?
You're talking about Bates, right?
Bates. To get trained by who?
Exactly.
To get some playing time. Fuck playing time. I want to keep him under this like my talent is staying in house. He needs to learn my way. Him going down there playing and learning these horrible habits, and then come here. Then I got to break those habits, then teach it. I'd rather sit him here. We can do film, work ethic, get his game, get his timing, right? If he's a volume shooter, I can make him a more accurate shooter here, not somewhere where he takes a Greyhound bus.
So is the G League a development league for the NBA or just a middleman?
No, it's just...
It's a horrible...
Right. So it's a horrible thing. That's why they're not going to do the two-way deal with Bronny. They're like, we're not sending you down there with them when you could just train for a team.
I can go play in the G League right now.
And be around the team.
I don't know.
And Rich Paul said Bronny is not signing a two-way deal under any circumstances.
He's not. But that's taken away from them being able to send him down there right away.
Cool.
So if he's going to be there, any team he's going to be on, he's going to be with that team for 2 years, not playing. It's going to be a strictly development deal.
It all depends. It all depends, right? We can project what we think is going to happen, but you know what I mean. Between the last game we've seen him and now, two different people.
Of course.
Right? So, you know, the kid's sitting, he goes to the gym at 8 and leaves at 3.
Who he gonna play over on any team?
No, but what I'm saying is, but think about it. If he's sitting there 8 to 3 every single day, he has not missed a day of working out, right? The body's different, the mind is different. So what happens is when this person goes into training camp, we don't know what he's gonna be, right? We've seen some people that we thought was trash, and then they get into the NBA and be like, damn, how's he playing?
But the one thing we do know is he's not gonna have experience. He can be excelled in his skill set. He can be excelled in working out and being in condition. But the one thing we know about you is you don't know enough about the game to come in and make an impact because you don't have any experience.
But we gotta say, all we can tell is when training camp starts. I mean, not when preseason starts or
Summer league.
Summer league. Right? You see what the summer league look like?
It's gonna give us a good test. It'll be a good test.
It's like somebody.
First of all, they're not having Vegas in summer league without Bronny.
They have to.
But like that says,
what?
They have to.
They have to what?
To have summer league for Bronny.
What teams?
No, I'm saying, yeah. It's gonna be cracking. We might have to actually go to some games.
Do you know who else is going to summer league?
Sure.
Gil's Arena, presented by Underdog Fantasy. We will be.
So this is the third
league in
straight
Vegas.
summer league that's gonna be lit because.
Well, you know it's only 1 week.
Wemby was there.
not going there.
No, I'm just saying from last year.
It's like
it was
week and a
lit
half.
from Wemby, right?
2 weekends.
So Bronny's gonna have it lit because we gotta go see Bronny play.
Well, Bronny, and then you got the USA team that's playing.
They'll be training.
So
no.
Edie gonna play.
No.
Wait. When do they leave to go to?
right after Vegas.
Right after Vegas.
Right after Vegas.
Vegas is usually going at the same time as summer league.
Yeah.
They're training.
That's
in
what
the
I said.
same
This year is gonna be epic
Interesting.
today.
Interesting.
It's gonna be epic this year.
Down year in the draft, but we will have it turned up regardless.
It's gonna look
So
like the
when you
BT
said Phoenix Suns, is it Phoenix Suns at 22 pick?
Yeah.
Which pick is when we're talking about? Like when you say
17 Lakers.
so 17 Lakers.
I think what Rich is saying, it could be first round, second round.
I don't think he's saying second round at all. I don't think he's looking at Bronny going second round.
But he's saying if Bronny doesn't get picked, he knows that the Mavs could potentially take him.
Take him at
58, I believe.
58. That's their first opening for that.
The last pick of the draft. Okay, I'm gonna just be honest. If you're trying to get Bronny signed, he is not going the last pick of the draft.
Oh.
Right, he's gonna go to the Lakers at
Yeah,
55.
Phoenix only has one pick at 22nd.
Yeah, so Phoenix is, so you're talking about a guy who's thinking about getting picked, 17, 22, then you're throwing out 55 and 58.
Said he could go out. He could get
My question
ranges.
is, who's available before Bronny that you could potentially pick, that you're not picking for promo, marketing, or trying to get LeBron? Who can you actually pick before Bronny that's at 17?
I know, and
That's what I'm saying. 17 and Lakers, if you don't got 16 other guys that you would pick in front of him, you pick him.
And that's what I'm saying. Show me 16. I mean, show me the draft. They said the draft is weak. So him going 55, I don't see that.
Nah,
I think it's going to be way earlier than that than what people think.
Let me see.
Because show me like 16, 17 guys that's better than him in the draft.
Well, let me see who they got at 17.
Like, I know what they showing, but show me the guys.
You got to show me the guys. That's what I was
I
saying
don't
about
even know the
Edie.
top 5 picks right now.
Edie not going lottery, it wouldn't make
Stars,
sense.
Klingon has been mentioned in that mix.
Like, we don't even know the top 5 picks. Like, it's a weak draft.
Weak. Is the big boy from Duke out? Did he come out, the big boy?
Who? Oh, I don't think he.
Kaminsky
I don't
or
think,
some
I don't
shit
think
like
he came
that?
out. Filipowski? Let me look at the mock draft right now.
Yeah, look at that mock.
Like me, I'm going by, at that point, you're talking about age, you're talking about guys that are
1 or 2 year removed.
1, 2, they got that
They're
6.
not proven,
They
though.
that 6'6" to 6'9", long, lanky type of
Not proven
players.
though. That's the one thing that you don't get. They 1, 2 year removed from college. They didn't really dominate. These are all guys jumping out like, all right, I feel like I got a chance. These ain't proven guys. These ain't guys that we know we can just draft him and he gonna give us this. Even the kid from UConn, the Castle kid.
Yeah.
Like, he got great potential, but he ain't no dominant player.
Yeah, I don't think
But-
nobody.
but-
I don't think nobody is in this.
No, what I'm saying is when you're talking about dominant players,
Big kid from Tennessee, I like him. White boy.
Neck, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Like
he's dominant.
like dominant, but when you're talking about the first draft picks, think about the teams, right?
Yep.
Those teams,
Young teams.
Those teams are just young, right? So you're trying to figure out how to add to it and get a young star.
That's the bad
And
part
that-
about
and
the
that's
whole
what-
league.
And that's what people don't understand when we're
Damn.
talking about getting a Zach. Was it Zach Edey?
Yeah.
You're putting him on. He's gonna be the oldest dude on a team that's gonna just. He's going to be the least experienced, but he's going to be the oldest player. They're not going to respect him.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
If he went to a younger team.
Yeah, so he has to go to a veteran team.
He definitely does.
Right? So now when you're talking about teens to 20s.
Yep.
Right? So,
Facts.
that's Miami. You're talking about a Miami type of team.
It's like Wiseman. When Wiseman went to the Warriors, young player on an older team doesn't fit because it doesn't cater around him.
See, that was
he goes to a younger team, he fits right in, he gets the ball all the time. And
now what Rich said was important to that draft pick. What ended up happening is a team got hurt the whole year. It's like the San Antonio Spurs when they got Duncan. A great team got hurt and fell into the lottery, right? They get the number 2 pick in the draft, but everybody's coming back.
Yep.
So if you are projected number 2, you got to really say, this is not the team I want to go on.
Facts.
Because
you're not getting no burn.
You're not getting no burn on this team, Okafor and Detroit. I don't want to go on a team where you got damn near Hall of Famers at the same position. Where do I play? What was his name?
Mimic Okor?
Milicic, Darko?
Darko.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Darko, if Dwayne Wade went there, he's sitting behind Rip.
Yep.
When people say, if we would have had Melo splitting time.
With Tayshaun.
Sure. It was a defense.
For sure.
It was a defense mindset on that team at that time. So Melo all offense wouldn't have worked for them. So when people say
overtime, he would have took it.
Now overtime, he's a whole different
because they know how to protect him too.
Not as selfish and it's not in.
Yeah, no.
So now he doesn't become this really elite scorer because he's built a team.
But in his pocket,
but does he
would still be Melo in his pocket, but he would have protection defensively. Because remember, Melo came from zone defense. He wasn't playing no defense.
But
so he comes into a defensive team where he don't got to play. I could just go get buckets.
Nah, that's not how.
After a while, I think after a while he starts. But like you saying, they're not going to make him the focal point of the offense, but he'll be a better Tayshaun Prince, a better shot maker, a creator, a driver. They didn't never have that. Detroit never had a driver, a slasher, somebody who can play in the post and
Chris Bosh,
do that shit.
Chris Bosh, they all become because the team already is structured like that.
Yep.
So when you're talking about the NBA draft and you're a young kid, it's not always about where you go. I mean, it's not about where you go.
It's where you go. Yeah, facts.
Right? Like even people don't even see this loophole that Boston did, right? You know how they have this thing with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown? You got Philly, Lakers, Boston, right? And Boston, on the 3rd pick, they got Jaylen and Tatum, right? And then it showed that the number 1 pick, both those end up being kind of like busts.
Mm-hmm.
Not really, because Ben Simmons is not a bust, right? People don't realize Tatum was going to Boston no matter what. Boston had the number 1 pick in that draft. Tatum was the guy they wanted, right? So what they did was they just tricked Philly and say, hey, we'll give you the number 1 pick since you guys want a guard, you want Fultz, right? So give us something, we'll give you the number 1 pick because Fultz might go to Lakers at 2.
Yeah.
Right? So I trade it because I know you guys can't draft Tatum because one of you guys got Ben Simmons already, so you're not picking him, you're picking a guard. Lakers, you already have Ingram, so you need a guard, so you're not picking Tatum. So no matter what I do, I'm gonna get Tatum. I'm gonna get the guy I want. So I'll give you this pick and trick you, give me some of these other draft picks later on. And that's what Boston did, get the same player.
Think about Boston's team before Kyrie and what that looked like.
With IT?
And the IT years, they still had draft picks from the Kevin Garnett trade.
Yeah.
The Kevin Garnett trade gave them future
That's
draft
what gave
picks.
them, yeah.
Those two picks.
But that's what I said, that draft pick was the number 1.
Yep.
And all they did was just manipulate Philly out of, they just manipulate Philly out of some stuff.
But we can't say they was tanking to get it, but I think that just their losing skid that they had after they won the championship, up until they got Tatum, was like, all right, you didn't expect to get IT. I don't know if that was a trade for them, but that was something that was a surprise. It was a surprise because IT wasn't that guy until he got there.
No. Yeah, like IT was no different than like a Brunson.
Yeah, coming out of nowhere.
You know he's good, but he's not in our plans.
Right.
And then he goes over there, and then it's like, oh shit,
Damn.
I got all the pieces I need for me to be balling.
Fact.
Yeah.